Massachusetts. Podcasting around the world. You're listening to the GloucesterCast podcast, a production of Joey Shimataro and Good Morning Gloucester Media. Kick back, relax, and enjoy the show with your host, Joey Shimataro, and his crew of merry castaways. No piping plovers will be intentionally harmed in the production of this podcast.
I think so. Hello. Yeah, it's on.
Joe, you have broccoli in your teeth.
This is what happens. Is this what's going to be?
You get a nose
This
hair.
is the bus.
You
Say
get a
good
nose hair
morning.
coming
This
out.
is the bus.
Good morning, Gloucester.
Your nose hair. Right here on the side.
I thought I trimmed
It's great. It's
There's
great.
a lot of grays. There's the grays everywhere. It's GloucesterCast 504.
Yes.
GloucesterCast 504 is May 23rd, day after Kate's birthday. We are joined by one podcast virgin, although he was a podcaster. Kevin O'Connor from This Old House is with us. Thanks for joining us. The legendary, probably the star of the show, John Cahill, Jenny X, Iron Tree
Service, yeah.
Iron Tree Service. Why don't you look at the camera? What are you hiding? Hiding something? Oh, there you go. See, that's the big production values we bring.
The legendary tune, the theme song.
Kevin's crying. Come on.
Chris McCarthy's with us.
Morning, Gloucester.
Jimmy Dalpierre's off screen. Pat Dalpierre's up
Good
manning
morning.
the keyboard.
Good morning.
And we are going to be joined by also another podcast virgin, Anthony Saputo, legendary. Everybody's legendary.
And we have Ed Collard chiming in this morning. Good morning, Ed. And your mom, Pat.
Hello.
Hi,
Hi, Mr. Shimataro.
I'm
Pauline, who had a birthday this week. So happy birthday, Pauline. And Pamela Hayden Tomlin from Ipswich Rivercraft.
Which you may know. Do you know her?
Oh yeah. Hey Pam. Absolutely.
She does.
I wasn't paying attention.
We're putting them to sleep.
I've noticed that.
Yes, I know Pam.
Episode.
Pam is the wife of our producer, John.
Yeah.
And she makes those awesome signs.
Signs.
Yeah.
Do you have one?
Not yet. She owes me a BRI, Block Island, Rhode Island, for our Block Island place.
Oh, there you go.
Not her fault though, my fault.
You haven't been up there yet?
She's gonna hand deliver it this summer. We
She invited us up. She's going to put out a big spread, and we're going to drive the boat up to her place on Little Neck, and we're going to podcast from her pad on her deck. She told us lobster rolls, caviar,
Really?
some deviled eggs. Yep.
Oh, nice.
She promised all of that. So
I believe it.
Where's she going to get the lobsters?
she better get them here, or she's off the list.
She took piping plovers off the list.
No, we're not going to have the piping plovers.
Have you got one of her signs?
I have it at the house.
You can. It's.
I have one.
You know what it is, right? It's a
Yeah.
marine flag.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like code. You can do whatever you want. No one really knows.
Well, I think her best-selling one is the WTF one.
I think so.
Huge. And she has the hats with the WTF
And
on.
the shirt. I love the shirt.
Pamela, if you're still watching, tell us what your number one seller is. We'd like to know.
Could be the Block Island one.
And then we got the Sam Nigro. I don't know if you know
Oh, the
Sam.
oars?
Famous
Yeah,
Sam.
yours are great.
The Oar Man.
Hates all the oars.
Yeah.
I think this old house needs an oar.
You know something? Sam watches. If he's
Yeah.
watching, I bet you'd make him one.
We got a place on Block Island that's called the Oar, and everyone donates their oars to it. There's thousands of them hanging
Really?
up in the ceiling. That would look.
Wow.
That's look better in my house,
Come
but
on. Yeah.
Good morning. So, John, quick correct. Oh, so we have to go over the prizes today. So if you share the podcast and type shared, we have a very generous donation of find the focus.
Slightly used sea salt
Yeah,
from yesterday.
Joe may or may not have
She's
used.
going to give us a new one. K-Pan sea salt, dipping salt. We have from
from
John's
pre-COVID.
company, Iron Tree, awesome. Jesus, watch it. Because there's all these faces it's trying to focus on.
There you go.
Iron Tree trucker cap.
Joe wore the hat
and
only for a year.
baseball.
Got that orange shirt from a DPW worker. God rest his soul.
He's
Off the
cleaned up.
rails. It's already off the rails. So Kevin, so you have to do this. We have to get this. Have you told him about the death row sub, death row meal yet?
No. Let's just be clear. He hasn't told me about anything.
Zero.
So you can ask.
So
me
far,
questions.
so good, right?
Absolutely nothing.
So we have a segment for all of the podcast virgins on our podcast, and it's death row sub and death row meal. The premise is
Oh yeah.
you're on death row.
Yeah.
Warden comes in, so it has to be a specific restaurant or deli shop. So give us your death row sub, what the order would be, and where you're ordering it from.
Can it? When you say sub, can it be a sandwich? Like a.
Yeah.
Like a.
It can't be a hero. It can't be a.
It can be a panini.
What's the other word?
So I've actually thought about this, so now I'm a little gun shy to do it this way. But normally it would just be a ham and cheese club with potato chips. But since I got to name the place, it'd be a Sloppy Joe from the South Orange Deli in New Jersey.
Wow.
And a Sloppy Joe is not like the beef Sloppy Joe.
Really?
It's like sliced cold cuts,
Oh.
Swiss cheese, Russian dressing, rye bread.
Oh, wow,
ends
that
cut
sounds
off.
Jeez.
So
All
wait,
the
and it's
stuff.
not the stuff that you remember from grade school with
Right,
all the
From high school.
This is weird. Why? I don't
So
know
how
why they call it
how do
something.
they call it a Sloppy Joe? It's almost like
I don't know if I got the
false
story
advertising.
right. I think they're before. If I got the story right, some guy went down to Cuba. They serve him down there as like finger sandwiches. He loved it. Big, fat, thick thing of turkey, ham, Swiss, coleslaw, Russian dressing. Brought it back, played poker, made it for his guys, and then they started a little place. And it's like the hottest sandwich in my neighborhood where I grew up.
Very cool.
Yeah.
It's very
That
good.
sounds very good.
All right.
So death row.
Death row meal.
That sandwich.
No, that's death row
For
sub.
dinner.
Oh,
Like,
like
do you know what a sub is?
yeah, I know what a sub is.
Meal sub. Dude.
Sunday,
But-
9 a.m.
But my death row meal would be lunch. That's my favorite. That's my favorite meal.
Working man.
Yeah.
Working man. Calluses on his hands.
He had an early showing on the electric chair. He went early. He didn't have time for
You
dinner.
gotta have someplace that you
You
go.
need
You
something-
go to place like
Different than lunch.
like this is your meal. You could have any meal. Like a lot of people. I don't want to influence your decision. So you don't have a certain go-to restaurant where you get this some meal that speaks to you.
I'm a lunch guy. That's why I've already thought this through. Joey, not only did I already think this through, you know there's a book out about death row meals?
No,
Really?
There's a photographer.
Oh my
And
God.
he went and he got the records from all these prisons. And they have to categorize what the inmates had for their final meal.
Oh my God.
That's cool.
And he laid it out on a table and he put the camera right up. He looked straight down and it's just 100 pages. And it's beautiful, but it's eerie, right?
right,
Wow.
And it's messed up.
right. No,
It's
it's
like some guy's just got a bowl of M&Ms.
right. Yeah.
Really?
You're right. Yeah, because it could be very
Anything you-
strange.
Right. And then there was one guy who was like, I want 65 pizzas. Like he was just sticking it to him. He wanted to run up the
Us
bill.
taxpayers.
Yeah, he wanted to run up the bill. So he was like, I want 65 pizzas, 42 cents.
Oh my
So-
God. That is
So I
fun.
thought about this. Anyway. I'm stalling.
The
So
big
this book
stall.
could be next week's prize.
Yeah. Yeah. If
I would do
Joe finds it in the
ribeye.
store.
I would do ribeye with pasta. I don't know where I'd get it from though. I kind of make it myself. I grill them.
Are you a charcoal guy or a gas guy?
Nah, I'm a gas guy. I don't have time for the charcoal.
Yeah, he's a gas guy.
Yeah, we could tell. You must have some beans.
I sear it though. I sear it in cast iron. It's like,
Oh, dude.
Oh,
Are you a
yeah.
cast iron guy?
Yeah.
Oh, I have an issue. So we don't have like fresh water down here. So I love to.
Or bathrooms.
I'm in love with the idea of cooking in cast iron, but like I cook and then inevitably a boat comes in and like the grease is still on the charcoal and it burns and then everything's like rancid after. I'm like the worst cast iron cook guy ever. But like I wish I could be that guy. I think I think it's a special person that can maintain a cast iron pan. for
I don't want to
generations.
oversell it. I just sear the steak. But I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'll leave it. I'll stay.
John, have
hydrated.
you ever given your death row sub and death row meal?
Well, death row sub is easy. That's a Destino's cheesesteak with extra cheese.
Oh yeah.
That one's pretty easy.
That's high up on the list of ones that we get.
Death row meal. Damn, I need to think about that, Joey.
This should be that.
There's so much good food around here, though.
I
It's
know.
not. It's harder than you.
And Kevin, there's no running water and there's no toilets either, so be careful on how much coffee you drink. You're on your own. You're on your like you got the ocean. And that's about it.
We moved your car twice already. So
The lack of toilet is the least of my concerns. Is the way this is shaping up.
Oh wait, did we ever did Pamela ever reply what her
Yes,
number
she
one
did.
seller
She
is?
said the WTF sells a lot, but the last name, people's surnames are the most popular.
It's
Yeah.
like a family name.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris, you have one, right?
I do. It says welcome, and I put it right over my front door.
Nice. Ooh, Reuben?
No, sloppy Joe.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, I see.
And
Multiple layers.
And
That's interesting.
Oh,
Hold
Laura
I can hold it up
Mondello.
to
Because
that.
everyone's thinking the beef thing.
Jesus, I can't see all the faces. Why can't I get I can't get a focus today.
I think it's focused on your bonza.
It could
Laura
be
Mondello
Oh, there
Hoffmaker
you go.
says
Watch the
that Bishu
professional do
does
it.
a similar.
Oh, you
There
got
it
it!
is.
Oh, you got it! You got it!
Look at
There it is.
that. All right. And it looks like the crust. Did you ask them to cut
20
the
years of
crust off?
TV.
yeah,
He's taking notes.
Did you ask them to cut the crust off? It looks like
No, it's just what they do.
Oh, really?
It just is made. I didn't come up with it. It just was.
So pro move.
Anybody here? No crust?
No, because I'm an adult.
This is
This is what you
a
do for
Jersey
children.
thing.
This is what children want to
just
make
is
you
what it
dance.
is.
Oh, look at oh my god!
See the ham and the
Oh,
coleslaw,
that's- yeah.
and
Get your mouth around that.
and it's Jewish
why
rye.
he's a lunch guy.
It's
Yeah.
like a Dagwood. Like a
Yeah.
Dagwood sandwich.
Yeah, yeah.
I just wanted some cred because I felt you guys didn't really buy into the sloppy Joe.
Yeah, I thought maybe you made a mistake on the menu or something.
Yeah, I could feel it.
One of our listeners says the Bishu has something similar.
Cafe Bisco?
Yeah.
Really?
Bishu, sorry. Yeah. Yeah. They don't call it that. They call it
Pat living up to her screwing up every name.
Yes. Yes.
That's what she does. So let's get down to business here, though. This old house.
Pat. Hold on, Pat just said something.
What did she say?
Fuck you.
No, we can't say that because his
sorry.
job is on the line.
I'm sorry.
PBS.
I'm sorry.
PBS. Right, they're gonna have
Yeah.
to cancel us.
We're
I
gonna
got
have
a lot of kids who watch.
Yes.
We're gonna get canceled. Give us
terrible demerit.
Can you give us a everybody knows this old house, but can you give us like a 2-minute evolution of it that brings it to you?
1979 starts in Boston with Norm and Bob Vila. Local, blows up immediately, goes national, most watched home improvement show, only 5 stations back then, so, but still, super popular. Vila leaves to start his own thing. They hire Steve Thomas, second host. He sticks around for 12 or 13 years and decides he wants to go out on his own. Same year, they're starting a new show called Ask This Old House. This Old House, big projects. Ask This Old House, same guys, ringing doorbells, small projects.
Ask this old house. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You got
Ask This Old House. Wife and I buy our first house in Beverly, 2-family fixer-upper, trying to do a historic renovation, run into a couple problems, send a letter to the magazine because they're producing that new show. They're looking for homeowners. They pull a letter. Hasn't been on the air yet. They call up. They say, can we come to the house? I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. We just got a little thing. But they said they're going to send Tom Silva. I'm a big fan. I grew up watching the show. So I was like, yeah, bring Tommy. I don't care what you do. We film. We do a little half-day shoot. They fix a little thing. They leave. They take a picture. I'm like, see you later. 3 weeks later, they call me back and they're like, you want to host the show?
Oh
Wow.
Boom. So I'm
Jeez.
like,
And had you had any television experience prior?
no.
What were you doing before that?
So I was in banking.
Oh, really?
Kidding me?
Blue suit, wingtips.
Wow. Wingtips.
Going to Boston.
So have you been faking it this whole time?
Have you seen the show? I go around and I ask the questions. I don't do the stuff.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, hey, Tommy, what's that? Like, why are you hammering that nail? And it gives him an opportunity to explain. So I'm the fool. I'm the guy.
Oh, so you'd be like
I'm
like any of us because
Yes.
because
the host
I'm
job.
I'm the useless guy.
The host job is to ask the pros, like, What are you doing? Why are you doing it? Why did you do it this way? What's it going to cost me? All that kind of stuff.
So they decided you are every man.
Yeah.
You are
Every
that guy.
man.
You are like you are
just a blank slate.
You're
You
a
can put
man.
anything in it. Nothing there.
You are
Just
You fit the old house model.
That's it.
no. That's it. So how long has it been for you?
19 years.
Wow.
Holy mackerel, that's pretty
18,
good.
19 years. Yeah.
And they were so this old house was like way before the like 1990s, like with Ty Pennington and like those shows. You guys are the granddaddy of it all.
Totally.
And still hold and so how are the numbers compared to like these Bravo shows and stuff like that?
Very proud to say, still the most watched home improvement show on TV.
Wow.
That's pretty impressive.
I love it. It's got a lot to do with the fact that we're on PBS. You know, I mean, not to get into the weeds, but cable's on this many households. PBS is on every household, so we got a much bigger pool to swim in and all that kind of stuff. But it still holds up, and it's like the ratings are like 3, 5, 10
years.
times.
Yeah, 19
For me, yeah.
For him.
For me,
Well, I
40.
know, but how many for you? 11? 12?
13 for
13 for you. So, all right, so you've been in
But-
a lot of time. I have a question,
So
actually.
who's the
Oh, yeah.
virgin now?
I have a question. In the 19 years that you've been doing this, and you're the guy that asked the question, so like we do the setup for you here. What was probably the dumbest question you've asked? And then because everybody has blooper reels and all that,
Yeah,
did it make it to
yeah.
air? And then what was one of the better questions that you've gotten involved with?
It's like way too many questions.
9,
It is Sunday morning.
17
Sunday morning.
I mean,
17,
it's
yeah.
like 2 shows, half hour each, an hour. It's like that's like 100 questions an episode.
Yeah.
No stick out. Like what did I ask that? None of those.
Not that I can think of.
Okay, all right.
So we want to dive a little bit behind the scenes in the show, as far as what do you have any input on what the next project is going to be, or are they telling you you're going to be here on what we're finishing Dorchester? You're going to show up here on this date.
I have very little input on the next project. The guys, Tommy, Richard, Jen, Mark, the guys who do the work and are on TV have a lot of input. Charlie Silver in particular, because Silver Brothers is our general contractor. Tommy ran it forever. Charlie's running it now. They have a lot of input. So Pam's husband, John Tomlin, he'll get a bunch of ideas, or a bunch of people send us letters, and they'll like do my house. They'll look at them, and then they'll bring a bunch to the guys who got to do the work. But since I don't do the work, they ask me like story ideas and stuff like that. But it's a real job site. Like it's nothing's fake about it. So Charlie's got to get paid. Homeowners got to write the checks and everything like that. So it's like anything else. The contractors
Is
got to
any
agree
part
to
of
do
it
it.
subsidized by the show?
No. Well, so there's donations that come in, but we don't take them. We turn it over to the homeowner. If the homeowner wants them, they can get them.
Wow.
But we don't talk about them on PBS because we don't say brand names and stuff like that.
Paul Gamber, a comment. He said he's sure that your wife could answer your dumbest questions for you.
Yeah, we'll have her on next week.
Is there a filter on the comments?
No.
Can anybody get in?
No.
Gamber. If we let Gamber in, we let anybody in.
Oh,
Believe me.
God. Paul, how's that malpractice suit going? I'm just kidding, people.
So my question is, the last podcast we were talking about how, actors, actresses, singers like to prep for, their performances. Do you do anything behind the scenes to prep for your performance? Do you have like a nipple tweaker or anything?
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, my God.
No, Jennifer Lopez does. It's a real job.
Yeah.
That was advertised for. Like there was job seekers, but Jennifer Lopez is nipple tweaker.
Yeah. So have
you ever requested to have your nipples tweaked? Or do you have any kind of strange request? Do you have the 72?
I'm sorry I got you into this.
Yeah.
The 72 green M&Ms in the you did give us a ridiculous list of things for the green room.
Right. And they all showed up.
Yeah.
The ducky's high on the list. That's it. There's nothing else on the table.
No, I didn't mean to put you in that position, but
You would be
any
surprised how little we prep. You would be amazed. No makeup, no wardrobe.
19 years on the job, you're showing up and you're like, let's go.
It's contractors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're really doing the work.
Well, I know.
So, like, no one's gonna tell Tommy Silva, Charlie Silva, like, fix your hair or anything. It's just not gonna do it.
Fix your tool
And
belt.
no one wants to see that anyway. Like, it's got nothing to do with that. They just want to see these guys doing what they do.
How many butt cracks have you
Yeah, I was
seen?
gonna say,
Oh,
who's on butt crack?
Butt crack count.
Who has the best butt crack?
We do have an editor. An editor is somebody who takes all the stuff, the garbage, and gets rid. I'll explain it.
We don't have one. We don't have one of
I'll
those.
explain
We don't
that
have
to you guys later.
That's not in our budget. That's not on our budget.
Being on this show,
You got enough guys. I mean,
Hey,
you got more
first,
people than we have.
No one wants to do any work. They just want to show up
You
and
get two
bust
people
my
off
balls.
camera.
That's all they want to do. No, it is actually Pat's job is to kind of
Shake my head and
Get your
let
head
it go out of
say,
control.
what am I doing here? But no, it's not, on a serious note, there is currently, not just in the restaurant business, in the lobster fishing industry, all over the country, there is a dearth of labor. There's a labor shortage.
Huge one.
The trades are in like dire straits to have help. I know some tradespeople that are turning down an incredible amount of work because they're being. It's a nice thing that they do instead of taking the job and then never getting to it. They're just saying, being honest, I can't get to it. I don't have the help or whatever. Are you involved? I think that you're involved in some type of programs with the city of Boston, or is it?
A couple of different things. We've got a company-wide. We've got a program called Generation Next, which is mostly calling awareness to what you said. Like, a lot of our audience may not know about it. I mean, unless they couldn't get a plumber or electrician to do work at the house. So Generation Next allows us to tell the stories about how there's a shortage of labor, the programs out there trying to teach kids, that type of stuff. We also will bring apprentices now onto. We've always had apprentices. That's how all these guys find their guys. But now we bring them onto the show, put a microphone on them, and we let them be characters in the show. And part of that idea is to show the audience that there's a lot of young people who are getting into the trades. Not enough, but there's a lot of young people getting into the trades, and this is what their life is like. And it's not always easy. Some of them wash out. And most recently, for the Dorchester project, the apprentices we got through through the Boston program, which was training kids all throughout Boston to come on. And we grabbed 2 of them to bring them on. And we'll continue to do it for every project. So for us, it's mostly awareness, and we raise some money and we do scholarship. We send money off to scholarships, foundations, stuff like that. Yeah. So, but it's a big problem. It's a huge problem.
It's a big problem, and there's a lot of opportunity right now for kids, to make good money. I mean, I don't want to advocate against going to college. I mean, for some people, that's absolutely the right thing. But there is no shame. I think that when we were younger, like the kids that went to trade school weren't necessarily viewed as like elite.
Yeah.
Nowadays, the kids that are going to trade school are
Killing it.
I mean, doing really well. And oh, I got to get down it. But just you guys can continue this. We have some run of business here. In the meantime.
Lobsters are running. The lobsters are running, folks.
I told you.
I know. I was promised. And now,
Now, Iron Tree. Are you? How's it working with you? You're struggling, trying to find some things. Do you have some of these young kids coming in, or?
Yeah, we're trying, but I think it's hard for everyone right now.
Yeah.
You see all the for sign, hiring. Everyone's hiring. So it's tough. It's a tough market to be in, especially for the trades. And of course, we're an outdoor business, and it's physical, and we try to hire veterans when we can.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly younger people. It's a young man's game in many ways, and so we're looking.
Oh, we heard that some people were telling us that people sign up for interviews and then don't come up, or they come to the interview and they're hired and they don't show up to work, or they come for that first shift and maybe got that one check and they never see them anymore. I mean, it's all part of that. Are you starting to see a lot of that too, or?
Yeah, we're seeing that. And it's tough, but we feel like we're in it with everyone else. It's a problem that's not just North Shore. It's not just
It's
regional.
A shared issue.
It's a shared issue across the country right now. So, we're doing the best we can with it. and knock on wood, we've got a great crew of guys, in the field right now. But yeah, we're hiring. So
Kevin, what's the project that you're working on currently?
We just started a new one in Concord, and it's an old Cape 1880. It was built, and like a lot of those, it was added onto 2, maybe 3 times. Last edition was probably 80s or 90s. Homeowners lived there. Previous homeowners lived there for like 40 years, so it was in good shape. But 40 years of someone's taste and style they kind of go out of style. Now there's a young couple who's bought it. And they got a little kid. They've been living in the city. Now they got the kid, and COVID hit, and they're just like, oh my God, we gotta get out of the city, out of our apartment building. So they're gonna move in, and it's a redo, it's an update, and it's an addition off the back. There's sort of a bad garage that's coming down, and they're gonna put this modern little box on the back, which is kind of cool. It's like a glass front, sort of modern roof lines and all that, tacked onto the front of the 1880s Cape, and then the front will stay the same.
So who determines the budget for these projects? Is it the homeowner, or does the show?
Yeah, I mean, homeowner gives a list.
Is it your wife?
It's John Tomlin. It's my producer.
What are you doing?
No, he's going to get out now. Stop the clock.
He's answering questions for me, and he said no to the nipple tweaks.
Thank you, John.
It's on my list, though, John. Sometimes you don't know what you don't know. And now that I know that that's a thing,
It's not in the budget.
It's in the next contract.
let's just say my agent's already working.
Joey, we're negotiating his next contract right now.
Tomlin chimed in and said no to the nipple tweak.
Yeah.
No, not
his
him.
producer.
In that ad, did it specify who did it? Was it a producer's job?
Well,
No, they were looking for someone.
I have to admit that I threw my name in the hat. I wasn't selected, unfortunately. Sorry, honey. Only kidding.
But anyway, so the homeowners will pick it. The homeowners will give Silver Brothers a list, and they'll say this is what we want done. And Charlie will give them a real world price and say, listen, if you want the kitchen and the addition and the garage and all that, it costs this. And then it's just traditional back and forth.
Okay,
Like
interesting.
if they got the cash, they move forward. If they're like, they're on top of our budget, then they start paring things back.
Okay.
Do you find that the homeowner, if they're on the show and their house is selected for that project, do you find that it's easier with this old house with pulling permits, or do you find it more difficult when it comes to the actual permit pulling?
I'm not on the front line with the permits, so it's sort of a secondary analysis, but the permit process generally goes pretty smoothly, and I don't think it's because of the show. I think it's because of Charlie.
Yeah, and they're
Yeah.
probably doing.
Yeah.
They're not going to do anything.
Sort of a related question on the screen
How
there.
these other shows?
Charlie's doing tons of projects, and he knows all these guys, and he's been doing it forever. And so is Tommy.
Yeah.
So he knows all the building inspectors, and he knows how to pull.
Well, I'm sure that their name is on it. It's very public. Their probably reputation precedes itself, and they know that they're not going to do anything that's out of code because it's all on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to think that they probably.
So that in a sense, that would actually be a propellant to help.
Yeah,
the permits, I would say.
absolutely.
I'm glad your show beat Toolman, Home Improvement. It's Toolman, come on.
Yeah, but he had Pamela Anderson for ratings.
That was a
Wow.
knockoff. That's a knockoff, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like that's like Tim Allen plays.
Well, they had Bob Vila on there a few times. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I mean, Vila was there when they first started filming it. One of them was supposed to be Vila, one of them was supposed to be Norm. So who's the sidekick? I can't remember his name.
Oh, Al.
Well, Tim Allen's the main guy, and then he's got the sidekick.
Al.
Al,
That's the
sorry.
character's name, yeah.
Yeah, Al. Al's always got the flannel shirt on.
Yeah.
He's the guy who works at tools, stuff like that. Tim Allen's the kind of vapid host who's kind of a knucklehead. Yeah, exactly.
So, but Kevin, you also do a podcast.
We got a podcast with a company called Clear Story, This Old House Podcast.
So
It's similar to this.
Yeah, it's probably just like
Does this podcast make you feel that
same
much better?
production value,
Same budget.
same budget, same level of
we don't
integrity.
We don't film it. We should, but we don't. But it's me talking.
I'm going to say this: if you start streaming it, if you're interested, and if you care, if you start streaming it, your numbers will go bananas.
We've
It's not
discussed
hard.
it, but
It's not hard.
It's a very produced podcast, It's like a professor of architecture chimes in, and then a builder, and a science guy chimes in, and all that kind of stuff. So it's very sort of NPR-ish,
Do you go to the
yeah.
full?
There's no extemporaneous.
So you don't drink
kind of
whiskey,
stuff.
you don't have like Kahlua in your coffee.
We're only in season 2, and nipple tweaking has not come up yet. Not once.
Not one. Well,
And I've
we're-
never had to dismiss myself in the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm never watching that. No.
I'm
You
curious.
can't watch it. You can only listen to it.
Have you ever been on site on a project and like tearing down a wall and find like money or bats or flying squirrels or any huge surprises like that?
Oh, Ghost. Have you seen
With Ghost, yeah.
I haven't done the ghost thing yet. We haven't seen the ghost thing yet. Although I'm told that they've been all over because the old mirrors or something, ghosts. I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, we had bats like crazy. We were in
Bats.
California, and those Spanish style clay roofs,
Yeah.
the sort of half
Oh, yeah.
round of things. Oh my God, they love.
Oh,
Oh,
love
man.
that. And we were taking the roof off, and just
Oh,
thousands.
Oh my gosh.
Tens of thousands just shook. Like
oh,
you just start peeling them back, and you're like, "What is all the
Oh.
dirt?" And then it starts moving, and then it's just like,
oh,
I'm out.
really?
I'm out on that.
Oh, yeah.
and the guys on the roof were like ready for it.
And then the producer, John, keep rolling.
They
Did it make
never gave me the heads
Did
up.
it make the cut?
Oh yeah, you can see the bats
make the cut. Oh,
Yeah.
that's wild.
Because we have editors. Or people who like take.
Yeah.
Never mind.
No, it's not. This is the shit on
We
you.
do too. Pat's our editor.
Yeah, good job, Pat.
Yeah, I'm working on it. It's like,
Keep up the good work, Pat.
it's
That's a
like a
good
rolling
question.
tide. I can't keep up.
That's a good question.
Oh yeah. Have you ever had some like just totally like
We've been super, super lucky with the homeowners. It's actually kind of ridiculous. If you think about like 42 years or whatever, not to have been sued and not that the homeowner, not finished a project.
in that, especially in that industry?
It
Yeah.
never happened. It's never
Wow.
happened. We definitely have had homeowners. I mean, it's a real project,
Yeah.
So again, we've had homeowners like, Charlie, what's this? Tommy, what's that? This is an overage. I don't even get into that thing, but they always resolve it. So we've never had those troubles. Part of what the guys like John are doing, and Charlie and Tommy, they're checking out the project, but they're checking out the homeowners too.
But yeah, so I want to get back to the podcast. So you're in the second season of that now,
Yeah, second season.
and is that under the This Old House umbrella?
Yeah. This old house. It's called Clear Story from This Old House.
So do you get a bump up in pay because you're doing extra work, or is that just part? Or do they just expect you to do whatever they tell you? Do they say dance monkey and you got to dance? Or
This is good.
how does that work?
There's a lot of contract stuff coming up here. I'm like, can I play this back?
It's
Yeah,
behind the
like
scenes.
recorded
No,
and
you
stuff?
should make more money. It's extra
You
work. I
should.
mean, I paid all these people
Yeah.
big money.
Yeah.
Big, huge money.
I quit my banking
Yeah.
job too.
Do you still have the wingtips? We just did an open to the new Concord project. They made us get dressed up in colonial garb.
Oh,
Thank you, John. Horace and Paul Revere and all that. And the one note we got to bring was like bring black shoes because like we had to match the costume. And so we're putting all our crap on. And I looked down and someone's got wingtips on. And I'm like, Tommy Silva.
Really?
And I'm like, Tommy, wingtips? Like, where the
Wow.
hell have you ever worn a pair? I've never seen the guy in anything but cowboy boots or anything
Yeah.
like that.
I can say something. He's got one of the best Instagram accounts
Yeah,
on the planet.
he's killing it. Have you seen his TikTok?
No, because I refuse to go down the TikTok the
Oh,
rabbit hole of
I'm done with Instagram. I'm all TikTok.
Really.
Love it.
So
Tommy's got 500,000 TikTok followers.
it doesn't
Wow.
surprise me.
It's unbelievable.
I gotta
Is
see
it,
it right
and
now.
what is it? His daughter is like
Yeah,
just
it's-
musing the thing, and they go back and forth and do these. He's very
Case
self-aware. If you know, I mean, he's very like
on camera.
yeah, but he's
40 years.
yeah, he's
Tommy's the boss. Kate's the genius behind it, though. Sorry, Tommy. But his daughter, Kate's super creative.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Tommy's very creative. Can do anything with his hands. But Kate was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And you kind of like. I mean, I do Instagram and all that crap for that. It's a drag doing it yourself.
yeah. Well, it's bonding
So
with the daughter too. Like
it's
something
so he's teaching her, and she's filming it. She knows how to edit. It's a process where you take the bad stuff and you get rid of it.
I don't have time for that
About
shit.
it.
Let it rip. Let it rip.
Associated.
So I'm going to tell you my theory on it. So you keep coming back to this, but I'll explain to you. I had some contributors on the blog. Not we do. There's a blog behind the podcast, right?
I've seen it. Yeah.
And they would like fuss about. So say one guy was into sports photography for the Gloucester. His sons played for Gloucester High School. He'd go. He'd take 1,000 pictures. and the game was on, say, Saturday, and then I'd be like, oh, and the Gloucester Times at the time would not, didn't really run things until Monday because there was no Sunday paper, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, great, you're there. Just dump the photos and put the score. We'll crush the Times to the news. We'll be the de facto thing for the sports. And he was so anal about only putting up because it was his name on the photos that he didn't get them out until Wednesday. By Wednesday,
No one saw.
it's old. No one cared. It's old news. No, it's not a story or anything. And it was very frustrating to me. I'm like, so my theory was get it out there because if we try to go, we don't have a budget. So if we get too technical and too critical with it, we'll never get anything done. So that's what.
I think Kevin knows
When you
don't
say is there no budget for my day rate?
Yeah, your day rate's out the window. Out the window. Well, I got this.
I'll make it up on the podcast.
Iron Tree Rail T-shirt, high quality T-shirt.
Safety orange.
Safety orange.
Safety orange.
Did we talk about that? If people share the podcast, they can win from Cape Ann sea salt.
Used.
How did we do this?
Close. Real close. Remember, Kev showed us.
Yeah.
I was starting close.
There you go with the.
I don't know if I can get
Oh,
that.
you need the TV guy doing this.
Oh, you know what it is? The light
TV.
is coming from the thing there, so it's not fine enough. Fuck. I'm a failure today. I promise this is Cape Ann sea salt dipping blend. It's really good. It's really good. It's really good. It's really good.
I think it's Scottie Max yellow.
It is.
Neon.
Everything's focusing on Scottie.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Oh.
And we have Iron Tree Rail, awesome trucker cap. I wear mine all the time. And we have an Iron Tree Rail T-shirt. Those are, if you share the podcast, type shared. We'll be picking those at the end. So there's that.
So one of the things that GMG has been successful about or with is collaborations with other companies. So we'd like to collaborate with this old house. If we give you this wharf, if we give you this wharf, could you turn it into something?
Yes. Yeah. That was Joe Higgins' idea as well. So,
Oh, was it?
Yes.
This old wharf, he said.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
old wharf.
Yeah.
This old wharf.
Yeah.
We'd love to, but we only do residential. So
Oh,
really?
No,
okay.
it's just out.
There you go.
That should
Yeah,
be
that
part of
is
your
back-
contract
only
to
residential.
go
Well,
with the
you
commercial.
he could go off on his own like Bob Villian.
Yeah.
He'd be smarter than everybody else.
We
in the
could be
room
his
and he'd
agents.
do his own
GMG
thing.
will be his agents.
Oh boy.
No, but if you think about any sort of collaboration with Good Morning Gloucester, we'd love to
Is this not a collaboration? Are we collaborating right now?
This is
No, I mean like an ice cream. We had an ice cream.
Why are you pressuring him?
Oh, you mean like a construction collaboration?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Tommy keeps his boat right around
Yeah.
the corner.
No, it's
Yeah,
right
right
over
over
here,
here,
Yeah.
right behind
Why
us.
don't you hit him up?
He's actually I've taken some great photos out that window of his boat. I think he purchased one, as a matter of fact.
Really?
Yeah, I know. I do photos.
He told us to talk to you.
No big deal.
Yeah, he definitely did not tell you to talk to me when it comes to that stuff.
God bless
He's got a beautiful boat.
Yeah, it's a
He
gorgeous.
just got a new one. Well, not just new. Like
Yeah.
a couple years ago.
See? Look, oh my God, that would be so cool.
Oh look, everybody's blowing up. It has to happen.
See? Yeah.
It is
Oh,
blowing up.
and actually,
Well,
that's
you
a
know,
good
we
point.
filmed. What's this art studio right here? At this house, right at the
Yeah.
driveway.
Yeah. What's it
Oh, you
called?
filmed on?
Yeah.
Yeah, we filmed there.
Yeah. There's.
I wish we had known that you guys were back here.
Oh,
When
wow.
we did the project up here on the North Shore 2 seasons ago, we did a whole bunch of North Shore stories,
Oh, wow.
Cape Ann stories. So we told the arts district down there, and then we filmed up at this little art studio here because there was a woman who was painting and stuff like that.
Really?
I wasn't
Yeah.
paying attention.
I was-
I was in it, but I was like, but yeah, we showed off all this Cape Ann stuff, and we were right there.
That's
Probably
cool.
Parked in front of your traps.
So I noticed people asking about donations. I know the success of your program, success of PBS depends on people making donations.
If PBS for sure,
PBS.
not us. We're
Okay.
sort of independent. We're not
Okay.
PBS owned, and we do underwriting for the show, which pays our production fees.
Okay.
But we are PBS. We started PBS. We've been on PBS forever since '79. So we're big supporters. And,
Yeah.
PBS definitely lives off of the donations from folks.
Yeah. So
Weird model.
you guys don't take donations?
No.
No. So
No.
any donation should go to PBS.
Yeah. If they want to. Yeah. Or other places, wherever, whatever floats your
Are
boat.
you a boater?
Not really. I'm a passenger.
Smart. You're a smart man. All right, we're gonna play a game. You ready? You want to play a game? Do you have a little bit of time?
Yeah. Awesome. The only thing you keep me from is brunch with John.
Which is he's gonna have to now pay for it because you're gonna be what's that?
So
all
this
about?
is a surprise guest for our viewers. No one knew. We didn't tease this ahead of time. Gloucester's very famous Anthony Saputo is with us. Anthony,
There's Anthony.
No volume.
Where's
Where is
his
he on a
volume?
plane?
you gotta enable your volume, Anthony.
Looks like he's in a plane.
He does look like he's in a plane.
Does he have a private plane?
See, this is part of our big audio. You gotta get your. There's a button.
There's a button.
There's a little cog down at the bottom. It says you gotta press the cog, and it says enable the audio. I was just talking to him earlier.
I don't know.
No, he's in his van. He owns a Seaside Glass. He's
He's in his bus.
How about the volume on your computer?
No.
There should be a little cog, and it'll say enable the audio.
It is starting to smell like a locker room in here too.
Well,
It's gonna be a hot one today.
It is the
Joe,
air
can you
is
put on
very
the
heavy.
AC?
Yeah, we got AC here. You know the theory. Do you know why we don't have AC here?
No. I assume it has something to do with the production budget.
No, it really has nothing because we can afford. Obviously, we can afford a thing there. But someone that's involved in this company that may or may not be my partner has a theory that if we had air conditioning here, all of our lobstermen would come up here and hang out and not go lobster.
Good point.
So we suffer because this is May and August here. Like I don't come up with
windows
this.
though.
Windows. I mean, the carpet really helps keep the place cool.
I should take a picture of the thing that Anthony should be looking. Pat, what does it look like on a cell phone? Do you know?
Oh, that's a good question. I think it looks the same. I think it looks like a little.
So there should be
Not yet, Anthony.
there should be a little cog.
I'm trying to write it.
And it's like a setting, and it says, and it'll say
A little what?
This whole show is a blooper reel.
I am going home tomorrow, and we are firing our editors. That's it. I mean, if this works all this time,
yeah.
what have we been thinking?
You know, the funny thing was, I was just talking to Anthony. He logged on earlier, and we heard him just fine. You know what I should do is I should take him
Did you
on.
turn the volume down on your end, Joe, on the speaker?
No. His is a completely
No, I'm looking
different
at
thing.
it here. It's yeah.
I'm gonna take him off.
Thank you for your patience, everybody. I can. Ralph is offering to read lips and translate for us. Thank you, Ralph.
Well, that's
All right, we're gonna have to.
that's the whole idea
If he-
behind
if he comes
Italian
back-
words
Yeah,
anyhow. is
Right.
The hand language.
Like, what
I
about the
feel
guy that
terrible
did the
about
hoax on the president? The guy was a fake
A
interpreter.
signer. Yeah.
Fake signer.
Was he?
Yeah.
hey, I want to know
Big
how
story.
you two are the buds here. How do you two meet here? We got
Oh yeah,
John and I?
Yeah.
How'd you guys meet?
Supposedly we went to college together.
Yeah.
Elite.
That's what I hear.
Holy
That's what-
Cross. Worcester.
Holy Cross.
So was the Acapulco, was that there?
Yeah. Acapulco's.
The Acapulco.
Oh, yeah.
I used to date a girl from Worcester. What?
Scorpion Bowl.
No, so I used to go
Scorpion
out
Bowl.
there. No, but
Was
they
that
would serve. They were
Acapulco?
known as the place that would serve
Yeah.
underage.
Oh, really? Oh, great. Super.
There were a lot of places back then.
But then we connected, and then we had some fun doing a few projects with this old house, and that was good. You know,
Iron
Yeah.
Tree has hooked us up a lot.
Yeah,
on the
Iron-
show.
Iron Tree came on the show a couple times, and it was great. It was fun.
Do you guys have any college stories to share? One each?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
But you're
His band was famous in college too.
Johnny X.
Well,
It
it's a different
it was
band.
different band back then.
Did you ever play like? Did you guys have? You didn't have fraternities in a
No, they didn't let. They
Catholic-
didn't. They
It's
didn't.
not sanctioned fraternities.
Yeah, thank God they didn't allow it. I mean, we were kind of nuts enough as it was. You know, what I mean, we didn't need it.
Don't you go to Holy Cross to become a priest?
Back in the day.
They tried.
Definitely tried.
Did you
All right.
guys have aspirations to become?
So one of the
priests?
topics that you were talking about on your podcast, because I haven't heard it yet, but you were talking about in your house there's like 1,000 bugs. or
Oh
something
yeah.
like that.
Oh man.
Can you speak to
in
that
the
a
house you
little
live in?
bit? No, in any
Not
house.
my
yeah.
house. Your
In
house.
any
Well, I shouldn't say that. Your house and my house. So we get this biologist. I don't. He's an entomologist, biologist. Forgive me, I forget exactly what his thing is.
Any squeamish people that have that don't sleep at night, you may want to tune off right now.
So he's doing his thing. He's like out in the Amazon. He's studying all this kind of stuff, and then he comes back. He does a lecture circuit, and he's talking to people. And he's up on stage. He talks for an hour and a half. And at the end of the conversation, they're just like, "I got ants in my kitchen. What do I do?" And he's like, "I just went to the Amazon and studied this thing." And you're asking about ants, but he realized he's like, "Oh, that's all people care about." So he started looking around, and then he realized, as he started looking at things in his house and then trying to figure out what they are, he was sending them out to experts, and they're like, "We have no idea." And it's like, holy mackerel, we've never cataloged all these things. So he gets his team together, and they start surveying. He starts with his house, and they survey 20 houses, 50 houses, 100 houses. On average, how many species? Guess.
50.
You make it sound like it's going to be a lot, so I'm going to say 100.
You're a bastard. Good.
That's about what.
Anyway,
101.
It's
101.
It's like 200.
Wow.
Hey, I won.
Species of bugs
100 to
or
200
just insect type
bugs.
critters?
Bugs. It could be rodents too. But,
At any given house.
it's unbelievable. They're everywhere.
Well, Pat has
and a lot of them are
ticks.
tiny.
She has ticks in her house.
And the guy goes through them, and there's he's like,
Sleep at night.
but then he's like, everyone's trying to kill him, right? They're trying to trap him, spray him, wipe him, disinfect and everything. And the irony is, you're killing 99%, but the 1% that you can't kill,
The superbug.
and they're getting stronger.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What the?
And so he starts telling stories about the cockroach trap, which is basically sugar based with a little bit of poison. And the cockroach goes in, it's like, "Oh my God, it's sugar. This is awesome." Gobbles it up, talks to his buddies, they all die. And then a couple generations later, the cockroach shows up. It's like, "Yeah, I don't like sugar. I don't need sugar.
Yeah.
I don't know. This trap's not working." And you're like,
Oh.
as if they don't already have the. Anyways, fascinating.
That's like
carries the trap out.
That's like they don't want to give you penicillin anymore because
You're immune.
And it wasn't all about superbugs, but it was about the diversity of all the stuff in our houses.
Wow.
And
That's
he's
how we
basically
feel about this place.
Oh, yeah.
Is that you can't get rid of it. They tried to scrub the space station free, and you can't. You go to the space station.
Even the space station,
I
which you
could
figure
find stuff,
is
It's you
in a
can't-
vacuum.
yeah, it's
That's
you
the
can't.
collaboration I'm looking for. Can you have them
We're
come
gonna try
to
Anthony.
this
Yeah.
course?
Do you guys call your lobster bugs?
Yeah.
No, I do.
You do?
They're
Chase
bugging.
bugs.
We
They're
call
bugging.
them bugs.
Anthony!
At the restaurant I worked at.
Let's see if we can get it.
1 bug, 2 bugs.
He has a very low signal.
Oh yeah, Anthony, it's probably a signal. You got 1 bar wherever you happen to be.
Yeah, it's playing.
Can't be in Gloucester.
He's flying, man.
All right.
Well,
Anyway,
see,
so ticks are I guess this particular we've been reading a lot about it, and it really came to roost a couple of days ago because
Came to roost.
Pat, the guys were all here. We were cooking out. We had the Portuguese linguiça on the grill, all having a nice time. And Pat called very panicked because she had a tick attached to her lower back, and she went up to the outpatient, and it was benign. It was a benign tick. No, what happened, Pat? Give us the story.
Well, I did want to give a little educational portion to the
Yes,
story
please do.
because
Please do.
this was something I did not know about tick bites. I found the tick when I was driving, so I pulled over and I frantically tried to get it off of me because I was freaking out a bit, and went to the walk-in and they checked it over and everything, and they said that asked me several questions about how long I thought the tick had been there, which I thought was maximum 2 hours or something like that because I had been out to Parker River, and they said if it hadn't been in there more than 24 to 48 hours, it was probably not a problem to start with. And secondly, and I've gotten most of the body off, but not all of it. Sorry,
not
folks.
the head. Not the head.
The proboscis is actually what he called it, but yeah.
Proboscis, yeah. Proboscis.
But it's them regurgitating from their stomach that poisons you.
Jesus. What poisoned you?
They regurgitate. I guess they suck and then they regurgitate, and that's the poison.
Oh, so that's
It
how they're
causes
spreading it. The deer
Right,
stuff.
right. So they were fairly confident that I was okay. But I'm telling you, I was all covered up. I went out ready to go. I had on boots and long socks and long pants and a jacket with sleeves and a hood, and I still got a tick. So
they said it'll. So reading a little bit of, I did a little bit of research. We do a little bit here. And there.
It sounds like we do more than this old house.
Yeah.
I mean, we got that going for us.
Which is nice.
Shots fired.
I would be remiss to not mention.
You guys are on your way to a 42-year run.
There you go.
You got all the underpinnings.
But they said that even if you cover it up, all as much as you can, the tick just keeps walking and walking and walking until it finds the skin.
Yeah. So
what I've taken from that is I no longer will go. I just prefer to stay in the nice air.
Well, that's what
office.
that's what I said to Jim that day. I'm not going back outside again today.
Well,
That's what I'm done.
now Jim can play that country song, I Want to Check You for Ticks.
Is that
That's
a real song?
I want to
Yeah.
check you for
Can
ticks.
you pull it up?
I can.
Just give us a few
You
bars.
sure it's
few
a
bars.
D and
Yeah.
not a D?
Give us a few bars.
No, the walking people
guys
were
keep
very
track. I'll
nice,
circle back
calming
to
me
that in just a
down,
moment.
and it is a serious problem.
It's a serious problem. No, it is. I don't want to make light of it.
No, right. Well, you are making light, but at my expense, which is fine. That's okay.
Well, that's what we do.
That's exactly.
Please don't be like some
Yeah.
other people
Yeah.
that
You know
overly
what happens
sensitive.
to those
You
people.
don't have some overly
right.
sensitive people
Right.
around here.
Yes, indeed. But the walk-in people were very helpful, and I said, should I not have come here because I read if you find a tick, you should call your doctor. And they said, oh no, you're probably going to be okay. But if you thought you didn't know how long it had been there, or you were pretty sure it had been there more than 24 hours, definitely call your doctor. So
I've heard people bringing actually the tick in.
I did bring the tick in
Yeah.
because I wanted to.
So they said
case I
that
needed it.
this particular year, because we didn't have extreme cold or extreme dryness,
That's what they're saying.
that
Yeah.
it's a monster tick season. So
Worst ever.
Worst
ever.
Yeah.
That'll sell.
So
Yes.
so I want to go on
This is
record,
gonna spike.
but I do want to go on record. Speaking of worst ever, so we have in the town, we have the town criers, which every single July and August say this is the worst the traffic has ever been. There's never been traffic this bad, and every year in July and August in a beach town, the traffic has been horrible as long as I remember. But I am one of these people that makes fun of those people. But I do believe that this year, these people are going to finally be right because
I think
of
it might
the
be.
post pandemic.
Everyone's
Because
gonna lose their minds.
there we go.
Here's the song.
You got it. Oh, you play it. Yeah. So there's one of our famous guys.
Should we wrap it up after this show?
Well, you have a few more topics.
Yeah.
Here you go, Pat.
Want to check you for
Oh,
And there it is. It's a real song, people.
Scotty, why don't you go through some?
What did
past
Pam just
topics
write
here?
in? Pam just wrote in some.
that
So
she
her dog
got
sleeps
Bell's
with her.
palsy from a
Oh,
tick
yeah.
bite, and that I think it was the dog that sleeps in their bed.
All right, since we haven't gone to our show notes at all today,
Yeah.
and being deemed
Shocking.
producer on my press pass,
Yeah.
I think we should get to some of the show notes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think
producer's
you should
dropping
move
the
up
hammer.
front. I think you should move right up front.
I'm fine where I'm at, Chris, but thank you. I'll just move right up here.
No, don't do that.
Anthony Signal looks a lot better. But
So the first topic that we are going to get to, linguiça. When you're having linguiça, if you eat linguiça at all,
Yeah.
Yellow mustard or brown mustard. It's a big decision.
Yellow.
And why?
Yeah, his tone of voice is absolutely correct.
Ketchup.
Yellow.
Yeah.
No.
Ketchup.
No.
Oh.
No.
Spicy yellow.
Spicy yellow.
Spicy.
Dijon.
So-
Dijon, which is in the spicy category.
Oh.
That could work.
How about you,
Word,
Chris?
Dijon.
Dijon, Jim,
Well, I like Dijon. Yeah,
Dijon,
spicy.
and Pat.
Yellow.
Yellow. I go yellow myself, and I'm going to tell you the reason why I chose yellow when I put it on linguiça. Is
I was
the
just gonna ask.
linguiça,
Actually.
the linguiça to me is already spicy enough, and I'd like to actually get the full taste of the spice of the linguiça. So the yellow is just an additive to
Right.
kind of to move it along a little bit, and that's my reason for that.
So I put anything on it. Go straight up. And Scottie, why did you start with one of your topics?
The first one on the top of the
That
list.
doesn't matter. Joe doesn't always start at the top.
All right, Chris, we're gonna go to Butthurt McCarthy.
Butthurt McCarthy. Here we go.
It's Butthurt McCarthy's next topic. Why do people ask a question back to a server?
Yeah, so
Wait,
when you're at a
what would you like
restaurant,
to drink? I will have. Versus
this is
can
my
I have.
pet peeve. This is my pet peeve when I go out to dinner with my restaurant, with my wife to a restaurant. The way she orders is, "Oh, can I have another drink?"
May I please have?
No, it's I will have another drink. It's not. You don't want to ask a yes or no question.
I think that kind of looks maybe a little derogatory towards the wait
No,
side.
I agree with you.
I will have another drink.
Eight out of 10 people.
It's the tone.
4 out of
It is
5
the
people all agree that the way he says it is ignorant. And other people are just being kind and courteous.
Yeah.
May I please have a Tito's soda?
The lead
Instead
into
of,
And then
I'll
what if she
have-
says no? What if she says no?
When is she going to say no? Give me an example. When
Oh,
she
well,
gonna
if
say
I'm
no.
your waiter,
When
and
he's
you
on
say,
his
"May
sixth
I
Jack
have?"
and
I'm like,
Coke, that's
"Fuck
when
no."
she says no.
That's
Well,
what
I'll
you
give
would say.
it to you when I'm ready.
You'd be very successful in the service
Well,
industry.
maybe I would if I worked at Durgan Park.
Kevin, I would like to apologize because I'm the one that did the seating arrangements today. You are
I'm
the
gonna
one
bring
that got
Anthony in. It looks like his signal is better. I don't see him though.
Yeah, we weren't done with the topic
Oh,
yet.
well, okay. Sorry.
We were on a roll here.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Bring it.
I don't
It's a
want.
rhetorical
Bring him
question,
on.
though, isn't it?
Anthony,
Like,
oh,
can I
Anthony's
have
got a
another
better.
drink?
We gotta bring it in while
So
Joe's
hold it.
here.
We're still debating this. I don't know. It's just my pet
I don't
peeve.
think Anthony's
People
there.
like
He's got a
And
good.
the other one is my
signal.
wife's like, "I'm sorry. Can I bother you? Could I have a napkin?" No, you can't. You're bothering me. I got other tables
It's
that
the
I gotta serve.
politeness what matters.
You don't have to
It
ask.
reflects
you
on
don't
your
have to
service.
apologize.
You don't look and say,
For-
I would have another
Insane.
drink now.
This thing that you've been beating every time we go out for dinner, he brings this up, and he sounds like an idiot.
So we're glad we got
You're
to
beating
our
a
topic.
dead horse with this. You're trying to get someone to agree with you, and no one has
Kevin
agreed
agreed with me.
No, I was pointing out that I think it's a rhetorical question. Like, they're not confusing the
Well,
thing. They're
it's
just,
just-
like, hey, can I have another drink?
It's
They
just-
know what the answer is.
Yeah, they do.
They know what
Yeah.
the answer
We need to
is.
give people time to
Chris,
share
you're
the
moving down the
podcast.
power pole.
When
We got how many people shared?
We're up to 10. 10.
When I
All right, we're gonna
graduated
do it
Holy
right now.
Cross,
And let's
they
do a
always
quick
told me
roll
you wanna
call,
ask
Pat.
an open-ended
Okay.
question, not a closed-ended
We're
question.
going to do a quick
And you
roll
can-
call for our viewers and
Okay.
let them know who's watching.
Okay.
Hello, Carol Mondello, Paula Ryan O'Brien, Chris Thompson, who says spicy brown mustard.
Oh, you did the thing?
Yes. Yeah.
On record,
Okay.
that's bananas. It should only be yellow French
I
toast.
agree.
That's crazy talk.
That's the
Kevin said
majority.
ketchup.
Yellow
No, he
is
didn't.
No, he
Don't say that.
Yeah.
Only a psychopath. Only a psychopath.
You can go back
Check the tape.
on this thing that you're doing.
Check the tape.
On this thing you're doing.
Check the tape. The editing. No, we'll edit that out, Kevin.
Minute
We won't edit
58,
it.
minute 58, you'll see yellow mustard. Definitively said by
Nothing,
Kevin
the real,
O'Brien.
nothing else will be edited out except for that one
The
comment.
real question, Chris, is whether Kevin and I remain friends after this experience.
Yes, there we go.
What is
Can
she
I-
getting into?
Can I have yellow mustard with my linguine?
I will have spicy
No,
brown.
you can't have yellow mustard.
So you,
with linguine.
you told him you're going to take him for lunch after. You taking him to Morton's or Grill 23?
Unlimited at the Beauport.
Unlimited the Beauport. He gets whatever he
Nice.
wants.
Unlimited.
After this, he gets whatever he wants.
That's a
Yeah,
good spot.
right.
That's a good spot.
So
All
we
right.
got Susie Bird and Lori Wachowski.
I gotta go. We have to go.
Okay,
So
all right,
I'm
do
gonna
it,
do the.
do
I'm gonna do the thing right
Okay,
now.
we
What
got
time's
Pat.
your show? What time's your show?
Wait, this
Kevin?
thing's only an hour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was watching it, it felt like 3.
Kevin's got
Kevin,
sweat. He's got
quick shout out. Hold it, Joe.
It's a
What's
show.
your show?
It's this old house. It's on.
No, but no.
different times.
It's also the
different channels.
podcast. Where,
Clear Story. Just this old house.
I was very excited to give away
Where do you
the
get podcasts?
slightly used sea
oh,
salt.
what's the name of the podcast?
Clear Story.
Clear Story.
Clear
So
Story.
check that
That's
out.
not clear.
It's a fancy name.
That's not clear.
It's like an architectural term. It's a double entendre.
All right. First prize, number 7.
Number
Rhetorical.
7 is Chris
Double in.
Thompson.
Chris Thompson. You can pick between Iron Tree hat, Iron Tree T-shirt, or
Used.
not used. Oh! I finally nailed it. Finally nailed it. Cape Ann sea salt, dipping salt from Cape Ann. Thing there. Okay, number 2.
Yeah, it's this old house.
Number 1.
Number 1, Chris Thompson wants to salt your mother.
Pat, my mom.
Oh, Pat.
Mrs. C.
All right, Mrs. C is gonna take. No, she'll take. Mrs. C is gonna take the
So
thing
she's
that I'm
gonna-
picking
I'm
for.
taking the
So we don't lose it.
A night
And
shirt.
this person is gonna get the hat. Number 6, lucky
Number
6.
6 is Joey Foot.
Joey Fit,
Joey Foot.
you got the hat. All right. Thank Kevin. Thank you for coming
Thanks,
on.
guys.
Kevin.
John, you want to
Pleasure
pimp
meeting
your tree service?
Iron Tree Service, Joey. We're right in Beverly.
They do great work. I
He
can
makes
attest.
your house look bigger.
We gotta get out of here.
You couldn't send me
We gotta get out of here.